Hi everyone. Today is a second video of 9, a series of 9 I'm going to do. I'm breaking down each diagnostic trait in the DSM for borderline personality disorder, otherwise known now as emotionally unstable personality disorder. Something I want to read in every video first. A disorder is when problems you have in your life are causing you negative effects. A personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of these negative effects, making a person extremely rigid, not malleable, not agreeable, doesn't change, doesn't look at themselves. Now, this disorder requires a very specific diagnostic criteria. And today, in the United States, professionals use the DSM-V, which is the American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition. This disorder requires 5 out of 9 traits. The person must have a pervasive pattern of 5 out of 9, not 4, not 6 once or twice in their life. A pervasive pattern. Everyone's life goes like this a little bit, sometimes a lot, but when we're down here, sometimes, a couple times, a few times in our life, we may do some things we're embarrassed of, ashamed of, not proud of, weren't the best us. And everyone might have some of these traits, might have 2, might have 7, sometimes, once in their life. No, pervasive pattern. Personality disorder becomes who you are, not just a problem every now and then. Five out of 9, remember that, guys. I don't need people with this disorder to say, I don't do this, David. Got it. I doubt this one. If there's probably some you don't have, maybe, but I doubt this one. I think just about every borderline has this one. I think this is pretty much criteria right here. I just think so. The second one, number 2. Did the number 1 yesterday, abandonment. This is number 2. And I call it splitting. A pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. We may have all idealized. We may all idealize a little bit. These are extremes. I don't know how many of you devalued. I don't do that. I don't put a value on human beings ever. I can be excited to meet somebody, think I know them, think they're great, person, human, a lot of great attributes, but I don't put a value on them, up or down. Extremes of this stuff, guys. Psychological splitting. Black and white thinking. No gray, nothing in the middle. You are the best person in the world. You are the worst person in the world. Literally, I'm not dramatizing this. I think you're the most beautiful woman that I've ever dated. I think you're gorgeous. And after a few years, oh my God, I just can only see you as not a very attractive person. Different. Not extreme. Yeah? And not valuing, putting a value on people. So this is about someone who's unstable, right? Emotionally unstable personality disorder. Now, when we talk about people that are unstable, it could be an unstable sense of their own self. They may not know who they are, lack self-awareness. I really am very loyal as I talk bad about people. I'm very honest, but I have to lie sometimes. I always keep my word unless I don't. Lacking a sense of self, very unstable self-awareness. You can also be unstable emotionally. Wide variety of emotions that you fluctuate fast. That would be emotionally unstable. That's what emotionally unstable personality disorder person is. But there's also unstable in your living. You could not be very stable with your home, where you just move a lot, you get kicked out a lot, everything seems to be temporary, and this isn't just situational. This isn't something that someone plans to do for a year. This isn't, you see, this is all the time. It seems like it's just always like this, and they're sitting there telling you, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's always someone else's fault. I know it's bad. Yeah, someone can't keep a job. And then the personality disorder person would always tell you it's somebody else that fires them. You know, the teacher doesn't like me, kind of thing. The boss doesn't like me, and they're abusing me and expecting me to do too much. It's crazy. And it's all stress. Again, stress, stress, stress is what makes these traits surface. That's why they're not like this when they meet you. They're like this after some time, and you start to attach, and their fears kick in, and their traits surface. This starts to surface. But they can also be unstable in their relationships. Start and stop. The biggest sign of a relationship is toxic is we break up and get back together. We fight a lot. Yeah? We don't do that. We break up and then it's over. And we know this from the start, so we don't use it as a tool or a weapon or just always an option. Instead of fixing our problems, we just break up. Are we going to break up or not? Nope. This might be the worst. This might be the most psychological damaging thing that someone with this disorder does to their victim. This might be it. I don't talk much about myself, but this is a good example. I was adopted, and my adopted family was extremely toxic. My adopted mother had paranoia schizophrenia. The splitting is real bad. I'd grow up with, I love you, and then just switch. Boom. Tell you something completely traumatic. The Russians are coming to kill us. This kind of I love you and then I don't care about you anymore. Everything that we know and share with each other and invest with each other, the time, the money, the energy, the blood, sweat, and tears on these relationships, right? And then it's just, I don't care about you anymore. I hate you. I love this person now. It just damages you straight to yourself, your psyche, your self-worth, your self-respect, your sense of self. Three examples. Just three. Can you guys think of more? I'm relying on you guys to come up with a couple more examples if you can. I came up with three. Can some of you come up with one? False accusations. It's pretty damaging to someone's life already, right? You accuse them of doing things that are illegal, immoral. But the person you love the most, everything could be great, and you just hear this from someone. So-and-so says you beat them. What? My wife says she told you that I beat her. She told you I cheat on her? She told you I do drugs? What? Are you serious? It's just, I can't, if you haven't had it happen to you, it can be traumatic. Just accuse you. You've done everything for them or whatever, and you're being nice and civil and helping, and you break up or something, and then they're calling your work and getting you fired. They're calling the police and getting you arrested. They're calling your family not to talk to you. And I've seen this work. I've seen people lose their job, go to jail, lose everyone they know in their life and everything they own over just And you totally love them, and they've convinced you they love you, and nothing happened. And you're just like, what is going on? Why? How can it be so cruel? And you don't know if they're just cruel, if they're crazy, delusional. Who knows? Do they believe this? Or are they just mean? I can't tell you. Some believe it, some don't. Example 2, entitlement. Right? If your value is what you do for them, it'll never be enough. Never. You do everything for them, but they only care about what you didn't do. And I can go through the list. because when it comes to borderline, it's literally everything, right? You take care of them. You buy their clothes. You buy their soap. You buy their shampoo. You do their nails. You do their hair. You pay for the fucking car. You pay for their insurance. You get them to get their license. I mean, literally everything. And then there's one thing you can't do. Now you can't take care of them. Now you can't do anything else. Oh, you lost your job. Too bad. Too bad. I call it the last cookie. I've used this reference before a few years ago. I remember in a video about narcissists. Entitlement. Mommy gives you a cookie. Mommy gives you a cookie. Mommy gives you a cookie. Oh, you want another one? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Oh, you want one more? Here you go. Sure. How many cookies you want? Wait. That's enough. I don't want to ruin your dinner. And that's all that matters. Not any of the other cookies they got from you. It's the one they didn't get from you. And they'll ruin your life for it. You don't love me. Cheating. You see, I don't condone it. I don't do it. I have to believe, because people have told me, I don't have to, but I believe that it might be possible for a couple to survive cheating. I've been told. I remember specifically a married couple that I knew. They were married for 30 years. He cheated on her like 5-10 years into the marriage, something like that, and they survived it. And she says it was the best thing that ever happened to us. But that's not what borderlines do, is it? It's not the best thing that could ever happen to you, is it? Why? Because they do it in a different way, don't they? They split. Catch them cheating, they might voluntarily just tell you. Yeah, it's okay. They're mean, they're cold, evil, and cruel. They can't just cheat on you. No, they have to throw it in your face and blame you. And be so mean. I love him now. I love her now. We're in love. Who? This person you just met them, right? We hit it off. They become reliant, dependent on you and the relationship, and we cannot ever meet the borderline's expectations or needs, requirements. Never. Never. Maybe at first, not later. It's too much. It's just too much. So, we begin to be devalued. You have no empathy. You don't care at all about me. You don't love me. Here's the biggest one. You don't meet my needs. Yeah, because you're supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to take care of yourself and make yourself feel better and reassure yourself. Have your own goddamn autonomy. Yeah, that's your job, not mine. Yeah, devalued. Doesn't matter what you did. You can't do the impossible. You can't keep getting better and better and better. Sorry. Like a parent, parentified. And this is what makes the relationship toxic and addictive. The ups and downs, the breaking up, the fighting and getting back together, the highs and the lows, the trauma and the peace is what makes this relationship addictive, dependent, codependent, trauma bond, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to call it. If you find yourself in this situation, step outside, ask for help, and tell someone. Okay, guys? Anytime. Anytime you have a relationship you can't fix, we don't need to throw it away or break up right away. But get outside of it. Tell someone. Tell someone who might know something, someone you trust. Talk. Tell your story. Get help, okay? Anybody who finds this beneficial, appreciate the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to help this information get out there to people who need it, okay? To you guys and millions of other people who need it. Maybe you can reach some of them. Thank you. Love yourself first, guys. Bye-bye.